Okay, let's get started. It's been a while since y'all seen a Brian Reacts video, and I got a hot one for y'all. Straight off the press, okay? You can't make this up, okay? Is that what people say? You can't make this up. Kris Roglieri arrested on felony charges, felony gun charges. This came in, I was like, what the hell? Because I'm a member of Coleman's Report. If you don't know what Coleman's Report is, and you're a broker, if you're in this industry, something's wrong with you. You got to know about Mr. Coleman. Mr. Coleman, I've been rocking with Mr. Coleman ever since I've been a loan originator. The Coleman Report, the lender list, you got to be on Coleman's Report. He has this thing, Fraud Fridays, that he sends out. So that's why I was surprised when I got this email. I was like, damn, Mr. Coleman, you out here being petty on Monday. On March 19th, I think yesterday was Monday. Yeah, this is a Tuesday. I'm like, you're being petty on Tuesday. You're usually petty on Fridays, with your Fraud Fridays. And I was like, Kris, I know this guy. Who is this guy? And guess who this guy is? Guess who this guy is, okay? If you know, you know. But if you don't know, you should know. This is one of the founders of Commercial Capital Training Group. Okay, they also sell a commercial broker training program, and this is their program right here. I think I mentioned it like once or twice. I know we've been going hard on the magic of Oz. Oz, you're gonna love this video. I'm gonna take a break off of you for a second. And part of me continuing to expose all these scammers that have been ruining the broker trading process, ruining our industry in general. I've been thought about going after commercial capital training. There's three targets that I'm going after. I even bought some domains last year. I just haven't had a chance to create the content needed, and it just fell on my lap. Commercial Capital Training Group and Global Financial is who I'm going to be going after next. After, of course, I'm done with business lending bullshit. Now, next, these guys, look what they charge for their program. It's a 6-day comprehensive training, they call it. They send you out there to New York. You pay all this money, $99,000, $25,000, $68,000. People cashing out 401ks, cashing out retirements to take these courses because of the dream that is being sold. And they're not given what they're promised. And sometimes some people that pay this crap is like, dude, it's kind of your fault, because how dumb could you be? Look what you get, $99,000, one-of-a-kind marketing power package in education. What the hell does that mean? State-of-the-art optimized website for $10,000 value. Come on, man. You can build a website for like $500. A guaranteed lead program, and I want you to look at the benefits here. We're going to dive in deep into what he got arrested for, and you're going to see how funny this shit is. You can't make this shit up. So let's get comfortable, okay? Let's get real comfortable, because we about to really get deep. We about to really get busy. My Ozbot, why you not set up? You should be following me everywhere, okay? I got my camera set up. We about to really get busy and talk about commercial capital training group. Social media marketing management, content marketing, email marketing, $5,000. And by the way, this is for $100,000, not in pesos, not in Canadian. This is U.S. dollars. Google Analytics setups and monitoring, comprehensive training manual, comprehensive document. I'm not gonna waste my damn time. You guys see it. Bunch of BS for $100,000. Let's get to what he got arrested for and all this other stuff. I'm kind of late to the party, man. I see Coleman been at it for a minute.
Good to see you. This broke on Tuesday. This show's going to be all about the alleged Kris Roglieri fraud, but I think we can put alleged in soft italics, because bluntly, all he had to do is show where the $52 million is, and A, he would not be filing bankruptcy that came out this morning, Delaney reported. B, he would not have had his company seized by the court. And D, or whatever, his card collection, has it been seized yet, Delaney? Do we know that? I'm not sure if it's been seized, but he had to turn over all the insurance, and he cannot touch those cars at all.
Okay, let me set the theme here. I don't know if what you guys don't understand. This guy, Commercial Capital Training Group, they're huge in the industry. Let me just kind of set the theme. This is funny. This is a video of Coleman. This is Coleman right here. This is Kris, and I think this is Kris' partner. They have this thing called NA, whatever, the National Brokers Conference. I've never attended this conference, but I've heard about it. Of course, I know about it. If you're a broker, you know about this stuff. The National Alliance of Commercial Brokers. This is a Kris Roglieri thing. Actually, they have one, as you can see, in November. I probably need to go. I need to put this on my calendar to see if Kris is going to be out there, because this is going to be pretty interesting. But these guys are huge, and why is this relevant to what I'm trying to do? And let's watch this video, and I'm going to kind of explain to you why this is relevant. This is a video that was done 7 years ago. This is just when this conference was just getting kind of ramped up. I think this is like the fifth one of the fifth annual or something like that. Let's see what they say.
National Alliance Commercial Brokers, Loan Brokers. Kris, what is this group? Second annual event, 500 people. Tell us what's happening.
We are excited. This is our second event. We are geared towards today's modern commercial loan broker, and that is somebody that has a lot of tool belts in their funding box to offer small business owners and commercial real estate investors. So the brokers that are here, they're diversified, they want to be educated, they want to learn more about offering more products to their clients.
Mike, what is the common theme here? Is there excitement? Is there anticipation? Fortunately, this isn't 2008, so we're not pessimistic. But what's the theme of the attendees?
Yeah, I think what we've heard from the attendees are they're doing deals. Right? Fundamentally, we are bringing lenders together with professional loan brokers, and it's amazing what happens. Right? As Kris said, they're selling their products out.
You can kind of see why this is relevant to what I'm trying to achieve and some of the goals that I have in mind. We have a very similar vision. I think he just went about it the wrong way. Also, I really don't think that his courses had any substance. As you will see as I continue going on here with my review.
And these loan brokers are showing that they're getting business done for small businesses.
Kris, I like what Mike said, professional loan brokers. Expand upon that.
Majority of the people that I've noticed that have taken this thing of trying to help business loan brokers, they're doing it simply to create glorified referral partners so they can funnel deals to them and they make majority of the money. That's just what I've seen. That's what I've noticed with Business Lending Blueprint. That's what you will see. And then the disgusting part is they start taking advantage of their clients, or they start taking advantage of their glorified referral partners by either pulling like some money together to say that they're offering some investment opportunity, or as you will see with Kris here with his fraud. Let me not, spill the beans. You'll see what I'm talking about. They tend to have this promise of helping business loan brokers, but the promise, they never deliver on the promise.
I think it's a term that our industry needs, because to be honest with you, there are a lot of unprofessional loan brokers out there. So part of our goal and mission is to create a standard for the industry, and the people that attend here can really adhere to professional standards.
Well, this sounds like what the hell I be saying. I want to create a standard, create, some structure, some clarity, but they didn't do that. I mean, if you see what they're offering and their training and, what some of the people that have taken the training, what they've said, it's ridiculous. It's crazy. They don't do that. Let me get back to it. Where's the video?
Lender side and broker side, and give the industry.
And for how much they charge, it's crazy.
This is an amazing venue and event. You've really put together a venue that allows these professionals to grow their knowledge base and to do deals. So Kris, Mike, congratulations. Good job. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Bob. Appreciate it.
So now, let's get back to here. And y'all better appreciate me for coming up with all this shit. I'm like the Donald Trump of the business loan industry. I am the sacrificial lamb. Because these people are going to start hitting me with some cease and desist and all of that. But I'm just trying to expose it to y'all. So in case you're thinking about getting into the business loan industry, don't make the mistakes that most of these people do. Don't waste your money. Don't go out here spending $100,000 trying to get into this industry. You don't need to do that. Broker Solutions Academy, link is in the description. Anyway, let's get back to this.
Can you wear that, or is that?
I highly doubt it.
So, yeah, we'll give them you're innocent until proven guilty, Lance. But all you need and by the way, we've poured over these court documents, and there is a piece of paper in there showing that there's $52 million on deposit with RBC Capital, Delaney. But the trustee, his word says he can't find the money. So we're not making this stuff up. Anyway, why is this important? I want to put this into context. Look, I know Kris. Lance covered for me last year. Lance knows Kris. Everybody in the loan broker industry knows Kris. Kris set himself up as the spokesman, as the advocate, as the chief ethics officer, how to correctly do loan broker business. Lance, who do they do business with? They do it with small business lenders.
Yes, absolutely. And this conference that he put together that I substituted for you, Bob, is an enormous conference, well attended by brokers, but also well attended by small business lenders. And
absolutely,
the breakout section I did, Bob, I took a picture of it because it may have been one of the largest crowds I've ever had in a breakout session.
No, absolutely. Last year they drew 1,800. This year they're planning on doing over 2,000. They booked George Foreman as the keynote speaker. An important part of a lot of lenders' business comes from the loan broker segment.
Absolutely.
And this is going to cause problems as the Carriegi fallout still continues. We can't even, with the letter from SBA, I'm dealing with new agreements with LSPs. We haven't even touched that. SBA has always looked at loan agents with a jaundiced eye, and this is going to cause huge ramifications.
Really great point. Really great point. As challenging as it is now to even just establish ISO relationship with lenders, this is going to make it even more challenging. And as Mr. Coleman just said, even with SBA, dealing with the SBA now frowns upon business loan brokers as if we're like scammers, and let me just circle back at how much of an impact this has on the industry when we're talking about the business owner's side. A great business loan broker is on the side of the business a business owner. Because let's just be clear. The days of you having a great relationship with a banker are gone. Banks don't have a relationship with business owners anymore. They tell you to fill out an application. They send you a link. And if you get denied, what do they tell you? You're going to get a letter in the mail. There's no understanding of who you are and what you're trying to do. That's, maybe in like some credit unions in some small town somewhere. But most of the major banks and majority of the different banks, they're just moving into this, they have a system in place. They have an underwriting and AI and all this sort of bullshit. So there's no understanding. There's no sense of creativity. There's nobody is really looking out for the business owner. And that is what a good business loan broker does. That's what a good business loan agent does. And when we have crap like this happening, it just makes us all look bad,
For the brokers and for wanting to do business with brokers. So it's unfortunate because who's going to get hurt? Small business owners.
Small business owners,
yeah. There are a lot of outstanding, fully ethical brokers out there that
absolutely
may have to take extra steps.
No, it's he's causing a lot of damage. And Kris, I'm sure you're gonna see this, but dude, your narcissistic behavior has to end today and solve your issues. And that I can say that to you, and it's too bad what's happening. Okay, Delaney, what do we got?
Well, going along with what you're saying in the beginning, the complaint does call these factual allegations. I thought that was interesting wording. But to summarize the actual alleged fraud,
go back to the pictures.
Coleman, this guy. I thought I was petty, B. Mr. Coleman is petty as hell. Mr. Coleman, I've never seen your videos, man, but you petty as hell. We need to do a video together, Mr. Coleman, okay? This guy said go back to the pictures.
Was telling these businesses that he was going to extend lines of credit. All you needed to give him was a specific amount to put into an interest credit account.
All right. This is where the fraud is getting revealed. Let me shut the fuck up. Okay, let's listen up here real quick.
Cars.
Go ahead. There you go.
So he was telling these businesses that he was going to extend lines of credit. All you needed to give him was a specific amount.
He reached out to business owners and told them that he was going to extend to them a line of credit. Okay, let's outline this. As a business loan broker, we do not make the final decision. Okay? The lender makes the final decision. You don't have that much authority. You don't have any money. We don't use our money. Okay? You're just a middleman. So, I mean, for him to have the guts, the balls to say,
to put into an interest credit account so he could deposit it. And for at least 10 different companies who are listed in the complaint, they either never received the loan, received almost none of it, or never got a return on their deposits. And that is where this issue was created.
Let me interrupt you, Let me tell you what the pitch was. Go ahead and go to the next slide, Anna. And by the way, Lance, this is not a new concept. If the deal seems too good to be true, guess what?
It is.
He went to 10 companies. He called it, help me out, Delaney, interest credit.
Okay. And this is why I am constantly exposing these companies that are charging upfront fees for clients to help clients get their loans. Now, again, let me be clear here. It is completely standard to pay an application fee, $500, $200. You know, even in real estate, you have an underwriting fee that can be up to, $1,500. These are normal things that happens. But you have companies that charge $10,000. They charge outrageous numbers. I made a video about this one specifically. Mr. Jack McCall, charges like $10,000 and promises $500,000 in funding in like 6 months. Tons of people have come to me. It's bullshit. It's just bullshit. And this is just a pure warning. There was even someone on American Greed. This scam has been going on for years in the business loan industry. There was this company, Remington Financial. This is back in the day. This is the guy. And what they were doing, very similar. They were charging a $10,000 upfront fees to help people with real estate. They were out of Philly area. And again, was a scam. They were just they never closed a loan. They never closed. I think they closed like one loan. The guy doing 16 years right now. If you're trying to get into the business industry, don't do this. Don't. Me personally, for some of my programs, I do charge an application fee, $500, $1,000, refundable if you don't get funding on the loan. And it's not something to, and we close 95% of the loans that we get, okay? Some loans just don't go through for whatever reasons. We find out some other information. But this crap right here, and Mr. Kris here was trying to sweeten the pot up. You give them a deposit, I think Mr. Coleman is going to break it down here.
Credit deposit. So I know the one example was an apartment complex, $75 million. The pitch to the developer was, you give me $16 million. That goes into a separate account. That is prepaid interest.
Prepaid interest.
So that normally we want equity injections of $16 million. Not in this case. That money is going to be set aside, and you're going to get it all back because it's going to pay for the interest of the loan. That's what the lender wants. And so in this interest credit deposit, he also promised to pay for fees. I know there was one where he was actually going to do the permitting fees and whatever. But the pitch was, you wire these funds to me, we're going to close simultaneously. All the money goes in. It's just like a down payment. And that money is missing. Go ahead, Delaney.
So among these 10 companies, it ranged anywhere from $3 million to, I believe, about $16 million missing dollars for a total of $63 million. Now, the receiver has indicated, I believe, is it $52 or $53 million that is missing.
Yeah, excuse me, Delaney. Anna, go ahead and pull up that slide. We're on the wrong slide.
Yeah, sorry, Anna. I'm kind of mixing this up on you a little bit.
We're going to make Anna earn her money today. The slide with the 10 projects, Anna. Anyway, the answer to your... There we go. So these are the 10 third-party borrowers that sent money. And look at the dates, Lance. Or, I'm sorry. Wow. Lance, you're not presenting. This is Delaney. Look at the dates, Delaney. So this is over a period of what?
Just barely over a year.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Wow. And the answer to your question is the trustee has called this a Ponzi-like scheme.
That's crazy.
They have verified $63 million was paid by these 10 borrowers. That money went into Prime's coffers. Some money under threat of litigation, etc. Some money was returned, but the $52 million is the net figure that is missing. And as the trustee says, Delaney, it's sort of a red flag. I can't find the money.
Yeah, I would agree that is quite a red flag.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so now we have the $52 million, but there's more. It appears during this period that started in September 22, Mr. Roglieri, Kris, bought a few cars. Now you can bring up that slide.
He's allegedly had some fun with the
stolen.
No, he didn't allegedly. He did have fun. He did Go ahead.
So
that is not alleged.
I want to clarify. I'm not sure if he bought all of these cars in the period. It seems like they said 10.1 million went towards luxury vehicles, but it seems like a lot of it went to modifications on these supercars. I don't know a lot
this
about
guy got
cars,
some balls, man.
Based on this list, they
this
seem
guy
to
got
be
some
pretty
balls.
nice, and he was quite proud of them.
By the way, this
there were YouTube videos featuring his car garage.
And as you can see, this was what is it? Arrested, felony gun charges. This nigga tripping. This dude going crazy. Possession of weapon violation of state law. And by the way, owner of Prime Capital. That's another. Prime Capital, I think, is so let's list out his companies, so we all clear here on what we're talking about. Okay. No, this is Prime Capital. Kris Roglieri. Man, I can't. Prime Capital. Prime Capital owner. Man, why am I late to the party? So, let's look at some of these articles here. I am late to the party, man. This has been going on. Missing funds in Prime Capital. Prime Capital Ventures case. So this is them, okay? Broker, and if you're one of the things that I would suggest also as well, if you're a broker, I would suggest position yourself as a broker. There's no reason for you to pretend that you're a direct lender. That's one of the things that I hate about this industry. I mean, be proud to be a broker. It's okay to be a broker. It really is. It's better than actually being a lender. You don't have to deal with so much crap. But a lot of brokers position themselves to be lenders, and even you get to a point that you can, what do you call it? You can service loans, which I believe Prime Capital was to some degree servicing loans. So there were, they that's not here or there. I mean, look what the heck is going on. Back to, why can't I just read this article? What happened to just reading articles without signing up for some BS? Stupid. But this is them. So that was their funding arm. And then they had Commercial Capital Training Group, which was their loan broker training arm. And then they had their National Alliance of Commercial Loan Brokers, which was their networking event that they had every week, and I guess a magazine and so forth for content, for all of this stuff. So that's kind of, if you want to know who Kris is, he had those 3 different things popping all at the same time, but let's continue on.
Videos of him going to tracks with his supercars, posts on social media. So he was quite proud, and I believe I heard he spent $300,000 just on mirrors for one of these cars. Wow. I don't know about you guys. If I had $300,000, I would not be buying mirrors.
You wouldn't buy mirrors?
Yes.
Lance, go back a slide.
Bob, it just this brings back a memory, Bob. When I first got out of college and worked for FDIC, we closed a bank and I was in charge of the cars, and we got to drive said cars, bank cars. It was a Chevrolet Citation that I got to drive, not this list here of amazing cars. The Citation was probably worth about $5,000. So.
Well, I do like that the trustee put in the court filings the color, and I noticed there's no silver, whatever. That's all. I don't know what Nero Daytona is, but I imagine that's a nice color.
Yeah.
Anyway, there was a side article that said a lot of these cars, they're one-offs. As Delaney, how much did he spend to modify these cars? Do we know? Because I guess that's huge in the car industry, car collector industry.
Yeah, I think $10.1 million at least with the stolen funds. Now, whether I'm sure he's made more modifications with his own money outside of that, but there was even an article. He had essentially like a one-of-a-kind car. This article was just really emphasizing all the modifications he made on it.
And it was go ahead, Lance.
What did the speedometer say on that car?
Go ahead, Delaney. Delaney found this. Go ahead, Delaney. I'm going to let you set this one up.
Yes, our team did a good job with this one. It seems that he was already a bit of a topic of conversation on the website Reddit, where somebody found this image that he posted on his public story at the time, going 185 miles per hour to get some barbecue at a restaurant before it closed.
That's that had to be some Jack Stack barbecue out of Kansas City, guys.
No, Albany. It was on I-87, Lance. Maybe he was going to Kansas City. Who knows? But anyway.
I'm a big fan of barbecue, but I will say I don't think I've ever desired barbecue to this degree.
No, not at all.
Well, anyway,
hey, we're going to get into some more stuff, but
SBA loan closers and just your SBA loan closers and underwriters to properly close. We're going to talk about the various insurance coverages that are required to properly close your SBA loan. We're going to cover all 15 of the types of insurance that potentially need to be obtained.
Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff,
So,
Kris. What else we got going on? So I think that's the one we just watched. No, let me see.
This broke about it's been less than 2 weeks, Anna. But I want to start with you. Yeah, I want you to set up an overview. Now, the big news is I'm going to steal some of Delaney's thunders. Kris Roglieri filed Chapter 11 personally.
Uh-oh.
But Anna, bring us up to date. Where are we overview? And let's get into this.
Kris is not having a...
Yeah, definitely. So we just wanted to start with a recap of what Roglieri has allegedly spent the money on so far.
Well, not allegedly. He spent it.
Yes, I was going to say we do have a lot of videos and pictures and clips that sort of do prove what he's been spending the money on. You can see here we've got his cars pictured. So it says the lawsuit claims that he spent about $11 million in luxury vehicles, $4.4 million in luxury jewelry and antiques, almost $1 million in private jet travel, and $3 million on a Virginia Beach home that isn't even his home, but it's a home for his partner in crime, Kimmy Humphrey. So he also has his personal home on top of this. So this is what he spent the money on allegedly.
Yeah, let's don't call her partner in crime yet. There are no criminal indictments. She has been named by the receiver to obtain or to claw back assets. So, the FBI has raided Kris's house, but let's take this one step at a time. Where we are today is There is a receiver.
Wow.
The receiver has taken control of a number of company assets, including Prime Capital, Commercial Training Alliance, the National Association of Commercial Loan Brokers event, and
all of that is taken over.
Kris and Kimmy personally. But Delaney, talk to us about the Chapter 11 filing and what is always revealing in these filings.
If you're what is it, a commercial capital trading group student, and you want a reputable course to
I know. It's the list of expenses.
Not cool, Brian. Not cool. I'm not going to do that.
The creditee. Kris has said that he owes.
My God.
Tell us what he owes.
So first, just to give everybody an idea, in case they don't know, a Chapter 11 bankruptcy is really considered a reorganization bankruptcy. So the debtor remains in possession and has powers. They can continue to operate their business, etc. So this was voluntary, and in the bankruptcy documents, it said that he had anywhere from 10 to 50 million in assets, but it looks like he has about 3 million in liabilities, including a small business administration economic injury disaster loan of more than $700,000, legal services to Hogan Lovells of $886,000, legal fees to Shepard Mullen for $100,000, legal fees to Barclay David
You're doing better than I would try. Go ahead.
New York State taxes, he owes $600,000. He owes money for event fees for the NACLB conference, specifically to Caesars Entertainment, in almost $500,000. He owes KeyBank for a business line of credit for the Commercial Capital Training Group, $100,000, and lastly, he owes Chase Bank $25,000.
And these are his personal debts. We are excluding from the bankruptcy what the receiver has alleged, that he took $52 million, and then Sean Murray at the bank report said it's up to $90 million. By the way, Sean's going to be on our show next week, so I'm looking forward to that. Delaney, tell me more about the SBA EIDL loan. What is EIDL supposed to be used for, and is that a large amount of money for his operation?
Well, that's a tough question considering I don't...
That's why I asked it.
I'm, of course, not super aware of his business operation. I see the numbers being thrown around, so $700,000 seems possibly reasonable for working capital. Now, based on some of the documents I've seen, it says he doesn't have any employees. He only has contractors, so... regarding the economic injury disaster loan program, I'm not really sure how that plays into it, but...
Well, let me stop you there. He has a number of entities. I do know some of those entities has employees. One employee reached out to me and told the story that Kris came into the group and said, hey, this is all fake news, don't believe it. And then a couple weeks ago, he came in and everyone was gone. Employees with 8-10 years experience, no severance, and they're out of a job. So there were employees there.
Thank you for bringing that up. They did not mention what company this belonged to, so you are right.
Very good.
Anyway, that's it. That's enough on Kris. That is enough on Kris. Pretty interesting stuff. Appreciate you for joining me today. I really do. We're going to cover a little more of this as more information comes across. I'm going to try to do a little more of these live videos as information breaks out. So anyway, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.